Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we do elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again I extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. Well, first up, I must take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to Vikash for his previous rendition. And of course, special thanks going out to the entire 103.1 FM team for their amazing work as always. A most pleasant good evening going out to you and yours on this beautiful Monday evening. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Ghani, here on your company on this the 19th day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago during the holy month of Ramadan for the year 2026 according to the Islamic calendar for the year 1447. The time for the breaking of the fast this evening is the time for the breaking of the fast later on this evening is 6:20 p.m. and the time to stop eating tomorrow morning is 5:01 a.m. So as we are now coming to the end of another day in the month of Ramadan, we are coming to the end of the 19th day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, allow me now to take the opportunity to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social feeds as well for another segment of Iftaar with the Imam for the year 2026. And as always, I must add, it's indeed an absolute honor and of course a personal pleasure to be in your company once again this evening as we continue on with this special journey that is the month of Ramadan for the year 2026. Well, on the program this evening, I'll be talking about how to deal with toxic people as you go through the course of the month of Ramadan. That's something that if you don't handle well, it can most definitely be a source of detriment to your month of Ramadan. So how do you deal with toxic people? That's our talking point coming up in just a short bit. I've also got a few beautiful Islamic selections lined up as well. I'll be taking you through to the live breaking of the fast this evening right here on 103.1 FM. I also must take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. Well, the program this evening is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, the Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Auto Parts and Services, and City Furniture Limited. Well, at this point in the program, I want to now take the opportunity to urge you to join me in a short opening prayer. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, this is a time of the program where we now look to get into our short lecture segment. And like I mentioned before, this evening I'm talking about a very important concept, and that is how to deal with toxic people. And I want to begin by reminding you that your peace, your energy, and your resources are all extremely valuable. They are there to be protected at all times from anything that drains the life out of them. And one such thing that will drain the life out of your peace, out of your energy, out of your resources is indeed a toxic person. And the month of Ramadan is a blessed month. It is a time for reflection. It is a time for growth. And of course, it's a time for spiritual elevation. However, it can also be extremely challenging when you are surrounded by negative or toxic individuals. So in order to be able to use the month of Ramadan for reflection, in order to use the month of Ramadan for growth and spiritual elevation, you need to have your peace intact, your peace of mind. It needs to be intact. If it's not intact, then the month of Ramadan will fly by and you will not get time for reflection. You will not have the strength to grow, and you will not have the strength for spiritual elevation as well. So toxic people can be friends, they can be partners, they can be family members, co-workers. Anyone basically can fall into that particular category. And what's dangerous is that they often don't come with warning signs. You may not even realize that you're being manipulated, that you're being drained or emotionally harmed until you are already deep in it. So point number one for this evening: what is a toxic person? It's important that you are able to identify the traits of a toxic person. So let's start with the definition. So a toxic person is someone whose behavior consistently harms, manipulates, or drains you. It's not about someone having a bad day or making a mistake and then apologizing for it. We're talking about patterns of behavior that are emotionally destructive. So toxic people are manipulative, they are controlling, they are jealous, they are guilt-inducing, they tend to be dishonest, emotionally needy, passively aggressive, and they constantly blame others as well for their own faults. Now, not every toxic person is evil or malicious. Some are deeply insecure, some are traumatized, or even unaware of their toxic behavior. But that doesn't excuse the behavior, but it helps us to understand it. The second most important point is what a toxic person will do to you. And that's something you need to understand as well. What will a toxic person actually do to you? What harm will they bring in your life? Well, number one, they will drain your energy. Toxic people are emotionally exhausting, and after spending time with them, you feel tired, you feel anxious, you even feel depressed as well. Why? Because they constantly complain, they make everything about themselves, they demand your emotional labor without reciprocating, and they create drama out of nothing. And over time, you begin to feel like you are walking on eggshells. You fear their reactions, and that fear begins to drain you. Number two, they will gaslight you. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where the toxic person makes you question your reality. For example, you say that you yelled at me yesterday and they say that never happened. You say to them that you hurt my feelings and they say that you are too sensitive. And this then leads to confusion in your mind, self-doubt, and loss of confidence. And you start to rely on them to interpret reality, which is exactly what they want. Number three, toxic people will make everything your fault. Toxic people rarely take responsibility. Instead, they blame you for everything they caused. They shift the guilt onto you. They play the victim, even when they are the aggressor. And this tactic is called projection, where they unload their own guilt or own insecurities onto you. Also, toxic people will isolate you. Toxic individuals often try to control who you spend time with. They might criticize your friends, they might put you on a guilt trip. They may make you feel like they're the only one who truly understands you. Why? Because isolation creates control, and the fewer people around you, the easier it is to manipulate you. Toxic people also will use you for their own benefits. Toxic people are often self-serving. They'll take advantage of your kindness. They may borrow money and never pay it back. They will use your time, your energy, your connections without reciprocating. To them, you become simply a resource. You are not even considered to be a person. They also will try to undermine your self-esteem, and over time they will chip away at your confidence. They might say things like, you are not smart as you think you are. No one else would put up with you. You should be grateful that I'm still here in your life. They do these things because insecure people are easier to control, and if you don't believe in yourself, you are less likely to get out of that particular scenario. And finally, toxic people will always create chaos. Toxic people love the drama. They may stir up conflict. They may lie or twist the truth, and they will turn people against one another. Why? Because chaos distracts from their behavior and keeps them in control. It's also very important to understand what are some of the psychological effects. And this is the third important thing that you need to know, is what does all of this do to you over time? Having to put up with a situation like that, what does it actually do to you over a period of time? Well, number one, it heightens your anxiety, and it can also lead to depression as well. Constant emotional stress leads to mental health issues, low self-worth. You start believing that you are the problem. You then develop guilt and shame. Even though they are hurting you, you feel guilty. You develop fear of speaking up. You learn to suppress your needs out of fear of conflict. And then there's trauma bonding. You become emotionally attached to your abuser, so to speak. And then the highs and lows become addictive, even if it's painful. And if it's not addressed, these effects can sometimes last years, even after a particular relationship might come to an end. So the next point is of extreme importance. The next point is, how do you protect yourself from such scenarios? What can you do? Well, first of all, it's important that you set boundaries. Learn to set limits without guilt. Be clear about what is being said. Be clear about what is and what isn't okay. Also, very importantly, don't engage in power struggles. Toxic people, they want a reaction. Don't give it to them. Stay calm, stay firm, and walk away from a situation when needed, especially in the month of Ramadan, when you are trying to maintain your peace, when you are trying to elevate yourself from a spiritual level. If you have to get out of the situation, do so. In some situations, you may even have to limit or cut off contact. If possible, reduce exposure. In extreme cases, go to no contact, because your peace is worth it. Also, if necessary, seek support. Talk to a therapist, join support groups, lean on trusted friends and family. And then engage in exercises that will rebuild your self-esteem. Affirm your worth, do things that make you feel empowered, and remember that you are not the problem. So like what I've mentioned before, the month of Ramadan, it is a time for heightened spiritual awareness. And that is highly dependent on your peace of mind. Toxic people will create confusion, they will create self-doubt and chaos. And because of all of the above, your peace of mind is now tampered with. They manipulate, they blame, and they drain the life out of others, oftentimes without any remorse whatsoever. But the good news is, you can break free. Recognize the signs, trust your inner gut, set boundaries, and choose peace over poison, like they say. Remember, your peace is your sanctity. Your energy is sacred, and your resources are valuable. Protect them at all costs. We go through the month of Ramadan, and the idea behind the month of Ramadan is to use all of your faculties, all of your resources in a direction that will assist you to become closer to the Almighty. So if your resources and your faculties are not protected, then basically you are unable to make any sort of progress whatsoever in the month of Ramadan. So whatever you do, remember that your peace is your sanctity, your energy is absolutely sacred, and the resources that Almighty Allah has afforded to you now in this month of Ramadan, they are all considered to be extremely valuable. So whatever you do, put all measures in place to ensure that they are protected at all costs. Only then can you accomplish, only then can you achieve, and only then can you become successful in the month of Ramadan. So in summary, it's crucial during Ramadan to identify toxic behaviors, to be able to identify them. It is also very crucial and important that you're able to protect yourself from negativity. Remember to set boundaries, practice compassion, and whatever you do, try your best to seek out positivity. Because positivity is the key. That is what will lead you to higher ground. That is what will lead you to personal growth and spiritual growth. And the more you can seek out positivity, the more this Ramadan will be a very, very special journey. So I say to you, may Almighty Allah grant us the strength to maintain our peace of mind. May He grant us the ability to enhance our spirituality. And may He grant us the understanding that we are able to navigate relationships gracefully this month of Ramadan. May Almighty Allah protect us from all negativity, and may Almighty Allah make it such that we can use this month of Ramadan in every aspect to become better individuals and to become spiritually elevated in His sight as we continue on with the wonderful journey that is indeed the month of Ramadan.
أهلا بك شهر حبيب فيك الأحبة تلتقي نرجو الهداية والرضوان بمزيد من ذكر وقيام هل الهلال بنوره بشرى لكل المسلمين بلغنا ربي رمضان شهر السماحة والغفران يا رمضان يا رمضان صيامك درب للريان يا رمضان لياليك فاحت بالقرآن يا رمضان ليلة قدر خير ليال يا رمضان أهلا بك شهر الغفران.
Oh, how I feel your warm embrace, blessings that have come like a tidal wave. I've come to you as a broken soul. You piece me together and make me whole. I praise your name for 30 days and every day after that like it's on replay. My whole life is in your hands. Wipe away my sins with every single fast. يا رمضان يا رمضان صيامك درب للريان يا رمضان لياليك فاحت بالقرآن يا رمضان ليلة قدر خير ليال يا رمضان أهلا بك شهر الغفران يا رمضان صيامك درب للريان يا رمضان لياليك فاحت بالقرآن
يا رمضان ليلة قدر خير ليال يا رمضان أهلا بك شهر الغفران.
Well, the time now in Trinidad and Tobago is 6:20 p.m. It's now time for the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM. The breaking of the fast this evening is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, the Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Auto Parts and Services, and City Furniture Limited. And now that we have come to the end of another day of fasting in the holy month of Ramadan, we have now completed 20 days of fasting, 19 days of fasting in the month of Ramadan. Tomorrow will be the 20th day. Once again, we break our fast with the very special prayer, and that prayer is ذهب الظمأ وبطلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله تعالى. اللهم لك صمت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. That, oh Allah, for you I have fasted this day, and oh Allah, I break the fast with the sustenance that you have provided for me. And of course, we pray that Almighty Allah accepts our efforts. May Almighty Allah make it easy upon us. May Almighty Allah continue to guide us towards all that is good, and may Almighty Allah protect us from all that is evil as we continue on throughout the whole this wonderful month of Ramadan for this year 2026.
Allah أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة
Dua after adhan. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and this prayer to be established, grant Muhammad al-Wasila a high and special place in Jannah, and al-Fadila a rank above the rest of creation, and raise him to a praise platform which you have promised him.
Presidential Insurance Company specializes in all classes of motor insurance. Presidential are also experts in fire and marine insurance and workmen's compensation. For total insurance coverage, think Presidential. Call or visit Presidential's main office at 54 Richmond Street, Port of Spain. Telephone 625-4788 or 625-4769. You may also visit any of their branches at Chaguanas, Couva, Curep, Point Fortin, Princestown, Pinal, Sangre Grande or San Fernando. Think insurance. Think big. Think Presidential now.
At the Price Club, they're always committed to excellence. They provide well-stocked lanes with grocery, gift and religious items, a vegetable and meat section, car care and household department, and a home and garden section. Their wide, spacious aisles provide you with an extremely convenient and comfortable shopping experience. And their friendly staff is always willing to assist you. Ample and secured on-site parking is available. The Price Club Supermarket, the low price leader, Ramsaran Street, Chaguanas.
For the best results, even professional bakers depend on the right baking powder, and so should you. Use Chief baking powder and add fluffy perfection to your bread, pastries, and cakes. Make your roti, bara, and pilari soft and light, and homemade bake that's nice and tender. And don't forget, Chief baking powder comes from a tradition of quality that the Chief brand is famous for.
Chief baking powder, the rise to perfection.
Well, you have been listening to Iftar with the Imam right here on 103.1 FM as we bring to close another day of fasting in the month of Ramadan, day 19 to be exact. Tomorrow will be the 20th day. And as we are coming to the end of the program for this evening, I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this evening has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of Presidential Insurance Company Limited, Chief Brand Products Limited, The Price Club Supermarket, Top Gear Auto Parts and Services, and City Furniture Limited. Special salams and greetings of peace going out to you and yours, our listeners and viewers who have joined us in the program this evening. Thank you so much for your kind messages. May the blessings and the mercies of the Almighty be with you. Of course, it was indeed an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past half an hour or so. By all means, you can catch me tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. for another segment of Iftar with the Imam, and of course tomorrow morning from as early as 3 a.m. as we continue on with special Ramadan programming right here on 103.1 FM. Well, until we meet again, please do have an extremely blessed evening. Stay safe, stay in the mercy of the Almighty. Much love, and may the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Up next is news at 6 and at 6:30, followed by the Night Switch with Kabita Maharaj. Keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and of course motivational programming throughout this month of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। तुझसे जुदा अगर